stakes could not be higher for Bungie. Marathon faces immense pressure. It has to prove its value under the massive layoffs that have been happening across Sony and Bungie for the past 2 years now. If you haven't seen, Marathon was revealed today. The gameplay trailers are out. They've gone full force. They're also streaming the game. So there's a plethora of content just spewing all over the internet about this game. But let's break through the fluff and see what this game is really all about. And I really just want to kick it off with this. Bungie's Marathon is set to launch as a premium product. You know what this reminds me of? CONCORD. You're going to require players to pay up front and have Battle Pass at launch. It's absolutely mind-boggling. I kind of don't understand it, but we'll have to see if the gameplay is worth it. Hey everyone, just cutting in here to ask you to subscribe. 75% of you aren't subscribed, and I want to keep making these top 10 on 10 videos. So please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon. Thank you so much. This is going to be an extraction game. It's launching with 3 maps, and they're promising a no-frills gameplay loop. So every single round is going to be different. I've read through the articles, I've watched people's opinions, and I've also applied for the closed alpha, but the issues I see are obviously glaring. People are already saying that the gameplay lacks a meaningful progressive system. It's a vague, undeveloped narrative structure. The gameplay isn't that fun, and it's kind of unclear. That makes me extremely nervous for this game. Combining this with the premium pricing, I don't know how you expect players to dive in if this game isn't one of the greatest games of all time at launch. With only 3 maps, I'm really hoping that there is a lot of map variety in these. I'm not sure how big they are, but I have seen the map layouts that they've released, and they do look like pretty decently sized maps, especially for extraction shooters. This reminds me of a sci-fi Tarkov. I know we've kind of gotten that before with other games, but with the massive budget behind this, I'm hoping this really blows everyone out of the water. And while these maps look visually striking, the limited number, I feel like, could constrain long-term engagement. 3 maps are going to get boring pretty fast, but we do see people come back to certain maps time and time again. Look at Verdansk, look at Fortnite. They change their map every season, but it's one map for around 3 to 4 months, right? Bungie is also promising dynamic events and seasonal events. So there's these persistent zones and community-driven events, and details kind of remain scarce on them, but it's promising to flesh out the world for each season. But my fear is that the quality of these will be dependent on the launch, right? If the game flops, are they going to put all this money into trying to revitalize it? I'm not sure. I just feel like they're just going to lay off more developers. Pete's going to buy a new car like he's been doing, and the game's just going to flop. The studio will shut down. Bungie's emphasis on this approachability is commendable. The big rollout is very cool to see, but the lack of the world building is kind of a missed opportunity. No one knows what Marathon truly is. We get it, it was a game released in the 80s and 90s, right? It was original IP. But look at this game. It looks completely different from that. It's now a first-person shooter. I don't really get the story of what's going on here. And while people are praising the art style, I actually find it a little bit unclear. I don't really understand what's going on, and obviously the game isn't out yet, so we'll have to see. But it doesn't fit the previous world. It's very cartoony. It looks kind of like Borderlands. And wrapping this all together in a live service package, it's very scary. It really is a make or break moment for Bungie. They're going to need to balance the player retention, the anti-cheating measures, and cross-play viability, right? With these extraction shooter games, especially in Tarkov, we see cheaters everywhere. It's their #1 issue. And with PlayStation's track record of hackers, I don't see how they're going to be able to fight against mass amounts of cheaters, especially if the game is crossplay. And with the game launching September 23rd of 2025, they have a limited amount of time to make people get impressed by this game. They need to polish it. They need to complete it. And my problem is, right now it is April 12th, and they are releasing an alpha right now, April 23rd to like May 25th, right? So that gives them what? Like 6 months to fix the game if there's massive issues? And it's Bungie. We all know there is going to be massive issues. We see this time and time again with both Destiny games and every single DLC that Destiny has released for Destiny 2. It's shocking to see. I really want to see what this monetization model is going to look at. We know it's going to be a battle pass, but when you're going to pay around $70 for this game, and they're going to say, hey, if you want all the content, pay another $20 for their battle pass, I'm very, very concerned. How good is the endgame content? How good is the PvE? How good is the PvP? We just don't know yet. Instead of coming out with all this gameplay, which is cool, they need to come out with actual information on what this game is going to be about. Because I think they know deep down, people are going to be complaining. They're going to say, why am I paying all this money and I have to get a battle pass? Now, you might want to bring up Helldivers 2 because Helldivers 2 did this, and Helldivers 2 is a fantastic game, but the battle pass for Helldivers 2 is not required for content. It is purely cosmetic, and also you can earn that premium content in the game. And there is no word on if you're going to be able to do that in Marathon. And let's be honest here, we already know it's not going to be the case. And another issue, this game is coming out the exact same day Borderlands 4 is coming out. So you're going to have two cartoony style games coming out, one in a kind of beloved franchise and one in a brand new franchise that is simply just an extraction shooter. I think the writing is on the wall for Marathon, but we'll have to wait and see. If I get into the alpha, I'll be making more videos on it, and regardless, I'll be covering any news that happens with this game. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed your meal, and have a good one.